Welcome to Pachehra Talks. My name is Arun and I'm Solutions Architect, MCT, currently working with Novintech, which is one of the best organization to work with. This is my channel and these are my views on Azure Firewall Threat Intelligence. We are going to explore this feature of Azure Firewall. We have been exploring all the advanced feature of Azure Firewall and today it's threat intelligence. So is the usual way we follow our video by understanding what it is and how it can help us, the basic concept, the benefits, best practices, things like that. So let's start with what exactly is threat intelligence. So threat intelligence is a security tool, rather is a powerful security tool designed to identify and block. What are we identifying and what are we blocking? Well, malicious traffic. Okay, so threat intelligence is a part of security, is a feature of Azure Firewall, and it's a powerful tool. And what it will do, it will identify. Well, we are talking about security, so of course it will identify it's supposed to get identified and will block it. Malicious traffic. That's what it's going to identify and block it. All right, so this feature, how exactly knows what to block? This feature, how exactly knows what to identify? Well, for that, this feature uses a Microsoft data, intelligence data, Microsoft extensive threat intelligence data. That's what it uses. So uh, this data, how Microsoft gathered, well, because of, it's Microsoft, they are like billions of customers all over the world and they have all those services, so they have gathered the data from various sources including Microsoft products, services, security research, law enforcement agencies, third party sources. So they have thousands of sources, their data coming in and going out of Microsoft. So they have this data which is continuously updated every day. And this feature, once you enable this feature, this would have the capability to have a look and verify what to identify and what to block, right? So if we have to just describe it, at its core, threat intelligence in Azure Firewall focuses on identifying and blocking known malicious IP addresses. Why known? Because this is matching with the data. Data knows what is malicious IP address or domains associated with cyber threats like malware, phishing, or any other bad activities. So, by integrating threat intelligence feeds directly into the firewall, Azure provides an up to date and automated way to protect your resource against known threats. That's the keyword, known threats. Okay. All right. So let's see how exactly it works. That's what we need to understand. We have already known right now what it is. We know it now. How exactly it works, we know that now. Now we are going to know the steps how it works. Okay. Right. So the very first thing is this is a feature of Premium, Azure Firewall Premium, which when you enable it, it's subscribe to Microsoft Global Threat Intelligence feeds. Okay. Microsoft, it will subscribe, means Azure Firewall once you enable it, which are this feed or intelligence data, which is continuously updated with information about IP addresses and domains identified as source of malicious activity. So this would be the very first step. Threat intelligence source, it needs to integrate with the feed. This is the first step. And then what would happen once it has the access to this data, this got integrated? The second point is it will start analyzing the traffic. It will start inspecting incoming and outgoing network traffic to your environment. This inspection is done transparently without the need for any additional configuration on your part. Once threat intelligence based filtering is enabled, that's it. You need not to write all the rules that we usually do. Just enable it and it will take care. Enabling means simple, it means it has a connection to the feed now. This is what it means. So it will start scanning, inspecting the traffic. Then, what happen if it will analyze the traffic? Well, the third point is it will detect the threat, if there is any, of course. So, a traffic passes through the firewall, it's checked against the threat intelligence data. The firewall examines the source, incoming traffic, and destination, outgoing traffic, IP addresses, and domains against the known list of malicious activities, and identify the threat. We can understand this with simple examples. Suppose a user inside your Azure network attempts to access a domain that's recently been identified as hosting a phishing site or an external IP address known for disturbing or distributing malware tries to establish a connection with your network, right? So it will identify that threat. Something like this happens. So what happened then? Well, it will act accordingly. It will either block it or let you know, alert it. So if the traffic matches an IP address or domain on the threat intelligence list, Azure Firewall automatically blocks the connection. Then finally, it will definitely have the information of everything what they're doing under logs, because Azure Firewall blocks traffic based on threat intelligence. It logs the event and can send alerts through Azure Monitor. This provides visibility into threats targeting your network and the actions taken by the firewall to protect your resources. All right, then finally, this threat intelligence feed is something which is continuously updated. This means Azure Firewall's ability to identify and block malicious traffic improves over time, offering dynamic protection against emerging threats. This is what updates here. A dynamic protection against emerging threats. All right, so we can say Azure Firewall Threat Intelligence offers an automated, continuously updated defense layer against known cyber threats. And by leveraging Microsoft's extensive threat intelligence data, it helps it helps ensure that your Azure environment resources are protected against attacks from known malicious IP addresses or domains. This capability is crucial for maintaining a strong security posture in the cloud, where the threat landscape is constantly evolving. With threat intelligence enabled, organizations can significantly reduce their exposure to cyber threats, making Azure Firewall a critical component of their cloud security strategy. So that's how it works, and that's why it's important. All these things we just cover. Now it's time to talk about all the benefits that we get when we utilize such a wonderful feature. Well, a lot of things can you can easily understand and relate it as we were talking. This threat intelligence feature automatically identifies and blocks traffic from known malicious IP addresses or domains, so providing a layer of protection without the need for manual intervention or writing anything down like any rules. So auto protection. It leverages Microsoft threat intelligence data. I have said it many times so that it will stay in your head all the time. So Azure Firewall ensures that your environment is protected against the latest identified threats with threat intelligence data updated on the real time. So it's a real time intelligence. Now, integrating threat intelligence directly into firewall simplifies the security management process. You just need to enable it. There is no need to do any manual configuration. Then, with detailed logging and alerting capabilities, administrators gain visibility into attempted attacks and can analyze patterns over time. This not only helps in immediate threat response, but also aids in strategic security planning. So, visibility and control. And finally, it's scalability and reliability, because firewall coupled with threat intelligence, it scales automatically with your network traffic, ensures consistent protection as your Azure resources grow. It's a PaaS service, and these are the inbuilt features: high availability and reliability, scalability. Right. So let's see what are the best practices to utilize this one at its maximum. Well, we'll start with enabling it, of course. So we need to just ensure that this threat intelligence based filtering is enabled for both inbound and outbound traffic to maximize the detection and prevention of threats. Then we need to configure firewall to send logs and alerts to Azure Monitor. This integration enhances monitoring capabilities and allows for setting up custom alerts based on the specific threat detection events. And then finally, we what we're gonna do with the logs? We gotta review it. So periodically review the logs generated by Azure Firewall for block traffic. This can provide insights into potential targeted attacks and help refine security policies. So this is very important. Then with threat intelligence provides robust protection against known threats, uh, complemented with Azure other security feature and best practices such as network security groups or application layer gateway or endpoint protections, or you can also utilize MS Defender and get the posture security posture information and enhancement through this MS Defender, which used to be Azure Security Center, with all those recommendations as per the policies applied with the baseline. All right, then of course you need to ensure that your security and operations teams are familiar with Azure firewalls. This feature, understand how to interpret alerts and know the procedures for responding to the incident. So this is very important because this is doing its work, but users must be aware so that we can do all other things. Then finally, you need to keep informed, stay informed about the cyber security threats and trends. Microsoft provides a wealth of resources and reports on emerging threats, which can help in understanding the broader threat landscape and planning accordingly. So you gotta be stay informed so that you know, or you just keep reading your emails. Microsoft sends all those emails regularly. uh, if you are owner of a subscription or you have opt for those kind of information. So yeah, stay informed. So Azure Firewall Threat Intelligence feature is a critical tool in the arsenal against cyber threats, offering automated up-to-date protection that simplifies security management. Let me show you here. This is threat intelligence, firewall policy, threat intelligence right here. Threat intelligence, we have these different alert only and alert and denying. You can also add a list of addresses that you want this not to explicitly go ahead and think about it. Like if you enable the intelligence based filtering, firewall process the associated rules before any net rules, network rules, or application rules. This is something very important because let it filter from the threat intelligence, only then these rules will be applied. Because if it is already malicious, why need to go ahead with these rules? Let's block it at the very first. You gotta know. So you can define the allow list as I was saying. So threat intelligence doesn't filter traffic to any of the listed FQDN through here. Okay. Now, by default, this threat intelligence based flirting is on alert mode. You can't turn off this feature or change the mode until the portal interface becomes available in your region. So by default, it is on alert mode. So you'll start getting alert. If you want to just suppress those, it won't be. It will. You keep on getting the alerts. And that's a good thing. So yeah, that's all about threat intelligence. This is the conceptual way of looking at it. All right, so I hope it was informative and you guys enjoyed it, liked it, and learned something new today. Well, thank you for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye.